I'm always telling people as we get closer to final exams and the schedule gets busy, the Tuesday noon recital is such a nice, relaxing place to be. I always invite other teachers, students, administration. I thought I would point out that I invited a Yuba College trustee board member to come, and without a moment's hesitation, he said, I would love to come. So I don't know how many of you have ever seen a trustee up close, but there is Trustee Jim Kennedy, and I want to thank him for coming. Next up, we have another piano solo. You can always tell when the piano solos are coming because then the lid of the piano comes up. I mentioned this because somebody asked me about this once, and it may not be as obvious as you think, but sound reflects, just like your image reflects off of a mirror. The shinier the surface, the easier it is for you to see your reflection in a glass or a mirror or something. But sound reflects also. So this helps you hear the piano because the sound tends to come up like this, and when we open it up, it angles out like that, and you can hear it better. The reason it's only semi-open for the singers is you want a little bit more piano, but you don't want to cover up the singers. And then in some pieces like the Reverie, which is supposed to be very, very soft and mysterious, you can even play with the piano cover lid all the way down for the volume. This piece is an interesting one and is by an interesting composer. C.P.E. Bach is usually what Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach is written with his initials. You're probably more familiar with Johann Sebastian Bach, one of the greatest composers of all time, top 3 in all-time composers. Bach had over 20 children. Some of them were bound to be composers, and 4 of his sons not only became composers, but became rather famous and important composers of the classical era. And C.P.E. Bach, who was Johann's 5th son, did in fact become a very important composer in actually creating a new style and changing the style from the Baroque style of music that Johann Sebastian Bach did into the classical style that we know as Mozart and Haydn. C.P.E. Bach was famous for this. We're going to hear a performance of an interesting piece. It's called solfeggio. Solfege is when you sing a melody using solfege syllables like do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And he called it this because although the piano can play many notes at one time, for the most part of the piece, the piano is playing only one note at a time. So in theory, someone who is a really good singer could sing each note if they had a wide enough range. So here's Mei Sei Chow with solfeggio.